Mic working? Mic, check, check. How's that? Well, that's mono though, so I don't know if that's working. Is the mic working? Anyone and everyone. I can see it there, but I don't know what the heck is going on. Let me just monitor this and then I can actually hear myself. That might actually be better because otherwise... Check. Okay. Well, seems like it's working. Morning, Mark. Hope you're okay. So, it is working. It's off. Right. Does anyone want music on the background, or do you just want to listen to me? So hopefully everyone's okay. Hopefully no one got wrecked in the uptrend. But yeah, just a quick Bitcoin update, and then also I might just look at ETH and a few other things. But for the most part, yeah, it's just I'm doing more kind of, or less, we call it, yeah, doing more public live streams. I'm trying to get my watch hours up. I've got tutorial content planned, which I'm just busy scripting. And then from there, yeah, kind of start releasing a lot more content. I've got the indicators business, which I'm due to launch. I'm just waiting for trademarks and a few things to come back. So legality wise, I can sue people's ass if they try and steal my indicators and shit. So yeah, just got to protect myself with that. So that's kind of the delay at the moment with launching a few things. It's just trademarks and registrations and crap like that. Although the business is registered, kind of trademarks and a few other things aren't done as yet. So I just need to get those sorted. And also my brand, the DDT thing, that's also getting trademarked. So obviously the code and a few other things, specifically IP. So yeah. Morning to me being an absolute buffoon, trying to get through all the technical difficulties. But yeah, we're here. So hopefully everyone is good. Yeah, hopefully everyone caught a bit of the move, up or down. Bitcoin wise, yeah, we've had a little bit of pump. I did the small update yesterday, a little quick update, maybe 8 to 10 minutes yesterday, just saying obviously we've come out of the range. We've now as well got a little bit overbought on the daily, got the daily red dot. This kind of doji candle here looks a bit disgusting, and then also as well straight off the open, off Asia open or daily open earlier in the night, depending wherever you are in the world. We've just dropped down. We've come back into the value area high, which was I did not know where I did it. I might have just deleted them after I did the anyway. I can just show you guys the setups because basically that's it. So this is kind of, I might have shown this, but this is all for the kitchen or Frankie's Premium that I had shown. So I was kind of looking for this. This is just more annotations and more drawings of stuff that we are looking at. Let me just take the brushes off because the brushes mess up everything. But yeah, that's basically kind of where I was looking. So I had a first kind of set up yesterday, kind of in this zone, which we came down to and we shot past. It was just this zone of demand, and there was a Fibonacci golden pocket here, somewhere in this zone as well, kind of here, kind of just shot straight through it, actually hit the kind of desired kind of target, local golden pocket, value area high. When we hit that yesterday, we went straight into the DMPOC, and if I zoom in, looking at order flow, basically we had the confirmations to long, which I didn't. Wasn't the best, and then obviously post that we had the MCSI news that MicroStrategy wasn't going to be taken off the MCSI, off the indexes. So yeah, kind of I think that was this candle here, quite decent amount of volume on it, 6 million volume and 4 million delta. On a 5-minute candle is quite a lot. So yeah, this was kind of this whole pump back up here to the retest is basically where kind of the MCSI news, MicroStrategy news happened on order flow, and yeah, we've just rolled over in Asia straight off the daily open, came back down. So for now, what am I looking at for today? Just quickly on Bitcoin, where we are kind of my guide. Usually, for those that don't know me, my guide's the 4-hour, right? So I use the 4 hours as my basis guide for the daily and kind of more weekly trend. So 4 hour is looking as if it still wants to roll over a little bit. At this point, the momentum and money flow hasn't quite flattened yet, or kind of giving me indication that it's going to curve upwards or kind of roll up. So it's still looking as if we come down. Sorry, Forex Factory quickly. I think there's some news, and I think this is probably one of the things I'm on December the 8th. I'm on the wrong bloody days. Come on, you can do it. What's happening today? Plus settings. News wise today, you've got ADP non-farm, negative 32, 49. So they're expecting jobs to come in, and you've got ISM and JOLTS as well. I would expect that this comes in lower. I would still say there's a decline in jobs for the most part, and obviously the ISM services are going down. You would expect the jobs and stuff to go down in line with that. If they're expecting ISM services, because obviously these services here is manufacturing services, so less service, less manufacturing, obviously less jobs is kind of my thought to that. So this might be that Asia and the UK is front running the ISM and all these ISM jolts and ADP, non-farm employment change. So yeah, kind of we still had support basically. 4-hour support. 1 hour I think we did just have the oversold wave. Don't have a bullish divergence, which is kind of what I was looking for yesterday. We have a negligible hidden divergence, so that is one thing that could work here. So up, and if we just shift that up, so higher low on price, lower low on momentum, and that could be, you don't necessarily have to use market cipher B. Obviously that's my indicator and oscillator of choice, but CVD is showing it. You could probably look at the RSI. The RSI is probably showing a hidden divergence. MACD is probably showing a hidden divergence. Yeah, just pick an oscillator of choice and you probably find now. Okay, so 1 hour, give or take, as well, money flows for period, but we have a hidden bullish divergence. So the plan for today is just to watch what price is doing. We came back in here as well overnight, kind of this scam up during New York Open yesterday, came back up, and then obviously we got the retest in there. So 1 hour trend needs to shift as well. So 1 hour trend, we need to get back above there, retest and go. That is kind of the that would be the setup, or kind of the option that we don't have to go lower. The trend breaks on the 1 hour and we move back up. But for now, okay, 1 hour trend is down, right? So 1 hour trend is down, 4 hour macro trend is down, up, sorry, but we have kind of the price action diverging with the trend now. So it's at a decision point, either it just pukes or it's going to go up. If this, then that. And for the most part, like I've alluded to, we've hit support. 15 minute. Where are we looking at? 15 minute. Yeah, 15 minutes rolling over. 1 minute as well. 15 minutes. Broken structure again. What are we doing on the scalp template? Below the EMAs. Cross on the 50 to 215. 15 money flow red. Yeah, price action is just chopping again. It needs to make up its mind, basically. So this is kind of where we're at for Bitcoin. So still at support locally. Ideally, if I'm looking at the 1 hour, I would want this to bullishly diverge, not hidden diverge here. So 30 minutes or 1 hour is kind of my guideline, and my trades that I'll be, or the time frames I'll be looking at to kind of look for a setup going into New York Open. But going into New York Open, obviously we have the news, so just bear that in mind. I would expect that sorry, this might just blind everyone, but spot flows, see what, but just got to see what and if this works. It looks like it's not going to load now because my CPU is deciding to kind of, come on, is it going to load? Why? It's my one gripe with Market Monkey Terminal at this point. Sometimes it doesn't load my indicator at the bottom, because it is quite so Binance Spot, what are you doing? And Coinbase Spot, what are you doing currently? So yeah, literally they sold off from Asia Open. There was quite a lot of spot spot selling came into effect, which you also don't want to fade, right? It's kind of one of my biggest kind of points in regards to watching what price action is doing. Yes, perpetuals and leverage drives the market. You got to watch this, what the spot is doing, and that's kind of why I look at this. And this is a template that I created within Market Monkey Terminal. So this is just, yeah, it's in a nutshell. This basically shows you have buying pressure when these flip blue, the order below imbalances, and you have when the buying flow, when the order book and balance is blue, you would see selling, you would see negative delta, red delta on the bottom one. So basically spot is selling into more buying, kind of going down, picking up the bids. And it still looks as if Coinbase is actually selling more actively than Binance at this point. So I'm leaning more into another swipe down at this point. Price action is kind of alluding to that, even without me even mentioning it at this point. So Bitcoin looking like it is going to go a little bit lower. A little bit lower also means that I have a second zone, which I'm not too sure if I actually showed on the quick update yesterday. But the next zone for me is still this, say 89.7 to 90k. And I think that is also, sorry, this might be overpowering because there's a lot of crap on here, but let's just see where CME gap is. Let me just hide indicators. And yes, I'm on the 1 minute because I do 1 minute scalping on ES, so don't at me. Yeah, CME gap's at 90.6 on this, and also, sorry, I need to be on the 1 hour. So yeah, CME gap is basically the setup. This makes the most sense for me for today as well, kind of this. And yes, obviously, please, not financial advice, do your own research, kind of find your own confidences at these zones. I'm just pointing to price points where I think kind of price action will react and get a bounce off at this point. So yeah, you've just got to kind of, like, I can show you where I'm looking, but kind of you need to see the confirmations for yourself and you need to execute, right? It's not for me to handle. And I think a lot of creators are that way inclined as well, that we'll take you to the water, but you need to fish, right? So next zone down, plus minus 90k, CME gap, daily naked point of control is a weekly daily naked points of control from Sunday, a weekly naked point of control from last week. Local golden pocket. The local golden pocket is pulled from, it's pulled from this low, this pivot low on Saturday, so the weekend low all the way up. I actually need to extend that. Just double checking. Yeah, it's pulled to the high at 94.7, 94.8. So that's the next DDT zone there for long on Bitcoin. Shorts. Quickly, sorry, let me go to 1 hour. Look here on the EMAs. If it's going to swap again, my thoughts is it would. I don't want to be shorting locally here because you've got orders above you. And this is kind of the catch-22 with trading, guys. Like, locally you could get another short here, but obviously the move is played out pretty much on the 15-minute. So for me, what's money flow? Money flow flipped red, but it doesn't look like it's just come out. Hit the psychological high again, bounced off at a support. And yeah, if anyone has questions as to kind of some methods or kind of what I'm looking at, then yeah, just pop them in chat. I can have a answer them, because obviously I am OCD and ADHD, full disclosure, so I do look at a lot of things and process a lot quite quickly. So if there's anything that isn't making sense in regards to the method and in regards to a few things that I do look at, just ask me and I can explain it. Currently now below Monday Asia low. Yeah, you could scalp short here, coulda, woulda, but I don't know. It's weird now, like, just kind of what do you call it, kind of, if I'm doing some reflection here, if you call it that, at times I get short PTSD and I get long PTSD. At this point now, I've got short PTSD because I know there's a hang of a lot of liquidity above us. It's just going to load. Got a hang of a lot of liquidity above us, at least to 98k. So kind of, for me now, trend is up, right? Trend has shifted. Turn that off, turn that off. Hard drawings. Daily 50 EMA. Oh, did I turn the EMA off and not the sessions? What a doozy. Daily trend is starting to shift. So this is a big thing for me. 4-hour trend, and by trend I mean it's above 50 EMA. 4-hour, although the 4-hour 50 EMA is rolling, we're above. We've had a golden cross. Kind of, it looks as if it's posturing to more upside, right? And we can come back in and test kind of these zones, but this is the thing, like, we need to be reactive and adapted to price action. At this point now, yes, shorts can still be favored because the macro trend is down, but locally, at least for this week, the trend is up, right? So just be wary of that, and kind of that's the caution here. And that's why I say, like, in a reflective point of view, that I've kind of got a little bit of short PTSD here. And yes, I've got two stops on shorts, but the thing for me is that, yeah, weekly trend is up. So not weekly, this week's trend is up, to better confirm and kind of better clarify where I'm getting to here. Is kind of why I don't want to be too short heavy. And yes, I have swing shorts running, so I'm not really bothered about the scalp shorts now. And I have spot still that kind of covers me for the upside if I don't get into a long, and currently I'm not in a long. So for the most part there, I'm not going too heavy on shorts. I'm more looking for longs now, kind of just to ride this trend up a little bit. I was pointing to the kind of the 96 to 98k zone, or 97, kind of up here, just above us. Macro POC, we've got daily naked point of control, weekly point of control, macro POC, and another, I think we've got a tap level up here, top of the local golden pocket. So for the most part, trend has shifted in the interim, kind of on between 4-hour and daily. Weekly trend is still down. One thing I did quickly want to double check as well is weekly money flow bounced as well, for those that didn't spot it. It was coming out aggressively, and maybe my colors are bad, but it's kind of flattened and kind of just kind of hit a caution there. So for the most part there, the money flow has averted the weekly money flow red cross, which by Frankie's methods, he determines that as kind of the start of the bear market. And yes, we've been in a weekly downtrend. A lot of kind of sentiment is that we're in the bear market already. Personally, my thesis is the bear market kind of is here almost, but we need to break and close on a monthly candle below the 74k lows, as that is my kind of my full thesis. So obviously we close below here on a monthly closing candle, we're going lower, and I would say the bear market is kind of they're confirmed. But for now, weekly downtrend is still kind of leading towards bear market more than likely. And also as well, for any that didn't check or didn't watch my video as to why I think the 4-year cycle is still kind of intact for now. It is here in the channel somewhere. But yeah, kind of, I'm not one that the 4-year cycle has shifted. Price has to prove otherwise, basically, and it's not proving otherwise yet. So I am not in the camp that the 4-hour. The only deviation in the 4-year cycle is that we had the all-time high pre-halving. By that, I think it came back into alignment and everything's aligning again. But yeah, okay, so shorts, still macro short zone, kind of still up above here. Today I don't, with the way price action is and volatility is and volume is, it can get there quite quickly if it needed to, right? So it's not my probabilities and my views currently. My perspectives currently is that we're going to swipe lower first before we get back up to like between 96 and 98k. So that is kind of where I'm at with Bitcoin, if anyone has any questions. So yeah, watch the CME gap full, kind of 88.7, 89.7 to 89k is kind of my next level below. This 4-hour momentum wave still needs to cool over a bit, I presume, like stochastics and all of that. All right. You guys didn't see this, right? You didn't see anything. Stochastics and everything is posturing down as well. This is just something I'm working on with the oscillation suite. It's various oscillators, stochastic, MACD, and a few things. But yeah, it's still posturing down. Obviously, I didn't need to check that, but kind of just for those that are looking at like RSI and MACD stochastics, they're all kind of posturing. They are posturing for like a local bottom, local low, before maybe a lower high to come down lower, or posturing at a bottom at the moment. But yeah, that's Bitcoin. Obviously, I'm not going to give the exact levels for setups, but kind of keep an eye at this point. I think like 93.5 if it comes back up. Daily naked point of control between the local golden pocket and daily naked point of control from yesterday. Oh, sorry, wrong thing. Daily naked point of control from yesterday at about 93.8. Local golden pockets. I presume on Binance, was that a 4-hour? That was a 4-hour vector back in there. Do you have a vector anywhere in the zone that's unrecovered? Yeah, you have some vector clusters here, kind of back up. But for those that know kind of a setup, you do get the daily, you get a thing called the daily run, right? For those that know of it, I can kind of explain it. What New York sometimes does is that what kind of one of my friends or kind of a trader that I know calls the daily run. New York will run for the daily open, on New York open, reject, come down. But plus also as well, you have vector recovery, you have liquidity, you have basically a daily naked point of control on the daily open. So that could be the long play here, although it's looking quite weak. Oh, the short play, yeah, sorry, if it's looking quite weak. If it gets back up here, if just all of a sudden out of the blue just tunes on the news, just goes up, that's probably the short, or the short retrace. But bar that, you can see it's just rolling over now. It's looking like as hat. So yeah, I am more biased for lower long, kind of fill the CME gap there. So let's look at Altcoin. Let's look at what the shirt coins are doing. Ethereum daily. Did it get the daily red? Yeah, Ethereum's posturing. Oh, sorry. You guys can see the workflow live here as I do it, so that's probably also kind of the benefits of these. People obviously watch other traders, so why is it? This thing is so resource hungry, or their server's always backdated. Damn, I have to use PvP. Anyway, Market Monkey doesn't like Ethereum. Let's just quickly check. No, there's no daily naked from yesterday. So this is what I was watching for yesterday, which we didn't get. So let me just hide those because I was kind of ETH is just hanging on value area high at the moment. Didn't quite run for this macro POC in the bigger range. Daily money flow did cross, which is good. Like Bitcoin's also blue. It's kind of wonky support at around 3,200 currently on this value area high of the local range. Although I actually need to extend that. Was this the 20? Yeah, this is the 2,900. I just want to take the raise out, and then what was that? Oh, that's the macro. So can see me cook, yeah, boys and girls, ladies and gents. Yeah, still 2,900 to 3,200, either which way you pulled it. Okay, so that was a bit useless, but just proves the point that the volume is still kind of intact. ETH 3K key support. Morning all set. Sorry, if there's other people I didn't mention to say hello to, yeah, just apologize. But yeah, what was I looking at there? Was it a 4-hour order block? What did I mark it blue? Yeah, I don't like it though. So the way that I trade, for those that don't know, volume profile, you fall back within the volume profiles. This is a mid-profile trade, kind of something that is more seen as scalps. So if you fall back into here, you go there, you reject your value area low, you shoot value area high, you shoot for lower, right? So currently bouncing off support at like 3,200 on ETH. What was this? 4 hour money flows rolling over a bit. 1 hour, yeah. Same like Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin and ETH are obviously, ETH is outperforming Bitcoin a bit, and so is Solana for the most part. But for all intents and purposes, they still kind of mirroring each other price action wise, although the kind of percentages are skewed. So yeah, Ethereum local zone at 3130, kind of 4 hour order block. There was a local golden pocket here, which I don't know why I don't have on the chart. It's just a bit above it. Bastado. No, that wasn't there. Right, so kind of local. It's a mid-profile trade, right? Risky, but if you're trading here, then obviously follow that. Follow the bounce up to 3130s or 3100s, back to the value area high at 3200. Aim for lower. And it looks like as well, kind of, I'd be hoping for a 1 hour div again, 1 hour bull div, 30 minutes to 1 hour bull divs into the lower levels. I wonder. I don't actually even ever look at ETH. I'm sure ETH also had if Bitcoin futures on CME had a CME gap, then ETH has a CME gap, and I presume the ETH CME gap is at 3K again. Same thing like Sunday. Obviously, check Sunday off the launch. Was this Friday? Yeah, Sunday off the launch. All of this will be the CME gap basically for ETH. So yeah, kind of those setups. If we, the only thing I don't, because alts are more liquid, the thought is always that alts will always swing failure pattern or kind of liquidity hunt there. So of course on Bitcoin, I would say the 93,500 to 93,800 maybe kind of the, if I flip back to it, when it loads, this might be the good zone for Bitcoin, right? But when looking at ETH, it might overshoot that. It might pump up and eventually give you the 3,300 short. Although this, where was that exact level? Oh, it's 3,100, just shy of 31, 33. 3308, yesterday's high. Yeah, didn't quite hit the POC yesterday that I had of the macro range. So yeah, the local short is still a swing failure pattern kind of into these levels above, between 3318 and 3370. You'll probably start putting in, if this just turns around and yeets from here, and even on Bitcoin, you're going to get more drives of bearish divergence into the levels. So that's also something I didn't mention on Bitcoin, but just bear in mind as well that the bearish divergence is into the other levels. If it just turns around and goes, right, watch for bearish divergences into the above levels. If it just rolls over, dead cat bounce into bullish divergence. So either which way, between kind of diddle in the middle and its bearish divergences literally above the highs, or bullish divergences literally below price action. Generally 30 minutes to 1 hour. 4 hours still not set yet. Maybe the 2 hour on some things. Nah. You're looking like 30 minutes to 1 hour, give or take. Maybe 90 minute is set. 90 minutes not even setting yet. So bearish divergences above here. Same with Bitcoin, or kind of bullish divergences below 3,100 is probably where I'd see ETH going. Anything else on Ethereum? I just really want to look at Solana and XRP, and I think that's basically it for today, unless we're at 30 minutes. What's the time? I'm supposed to be done by 1:30. I'm going to do another 5 to 10 minutes, quick. And then, yeah, that's basically it. Just me getting used to doing live and being on camera and keeping you guys company, or you guys keeping me company, giving me some solace, yeah. What are we looking at? Solana. Solana hit the zone. Macro POC. Full range rotation. Failed auction. Failed to trade lower, in simple terms. Reclaimed. gone straight back to POC. Well, not straight back, obviously in a trend, but stuff plays out. Volume profiles hit, and that's why I trade them, and that's why I learned them. So I did a daily money flow, still red. I had an SFP set up here, and that didn't play out. Okay, you didn't see that. I'm a phony. One of my levels hit, and it didn't do what I wanted it to do. Right. Yeah. Candle on daily looks. It's really almost bearishly engulfing. Did we get? I think we got 4-hour divergences into here as well. 4-hour bearish divergences into the POC. Just missed the tap weekly. Coming down. So where are we going to go? It's already come back into that. Did it mitigate that whole zone? And yes, sorry, I'm OCD, so I'll look at various different strategies of things. Yeah, I'd say fully mitigate. So the kind of experience and knowledge I have with price action is either order blocks, SMC, volume profiles, volume profiles and liquidity with market cipher B as well as confirmations, and then obviously hybrid method with some scalping, EMAs, vector candles. 1 hour trend. Yeah, it's looking. What date's on? It's on daily or weekly. Yeah, it's on daily. Let's just see if it must have been a daily. No, that's today's. Why did I not? Might have hit it. But anyway, there's a daily naked point of control there. So obviously price was moved up yesterday when I did other updates, and I wasn't even worrying about it. But for the most part, DMPSC. There's another one below, but also can't be bothered with it. Do I have a naked? Do I have another profile here? Profile. Yeah, and for someone that's OCD also as well, just to blurt myself, I'm also quite messy. My object trees and my in my trading view aren't always the best. Yeah, it's a local yeah. Okay. Oh my dang, just delete that. Solange, value area low, like 130 to 132 zone. It's currently bouncing off the POC of this range at 137. There's vectors below it. Definitely. Oh, where's the EMAs? What are we on? We're on daily at the moment. Lower part of the cloud, 4 hour. Yeah, 200 EMA, 50 EMA, and the 4 hour kind of confluence as well. So yeah, 130 to 132 is the zone to look for longs, or the zone that will present longs, probably similar to what ETH or Bitcoin is doing. Improving every day. Quite a difference compared to 6 months. Yeah, Mark, that's the thing. Like I've got to put myself in a place where I'm growing, number one, as a trader, and also as well as a content creator. So that's kind of my goals for this year. Kind of do more content. Yeah, kind of get my businesses sorted, kind of just personal growth, business growth, trader growth. Got to improve day by day, small incremental growths. So yeah, 132, 130 to 132. That's kind of, if it loses that, then obviously you've got the value area at 126. But it's going to diddle in the middle here. Short again. It's had so many hits here to this high. This thing is going to squeeze up so much liquidity here. So you've got to be wary of that. Lots and lots and lots. So just be careful. Local golden pocket to the bottom. Probably had a local golden pocket here. That's why it rejected again. Yeah, next zone is still this 150 zone for me. But also as well, it's a diddle in the middle, which is not the best, right? So hypothetically, everything plays out, come back down, go back up, come there. That'll be the next. I wouldn't necessarily, because the amount of times that it's hit here, I wouldn't be looking at the 143 POC. It can reject locally, 142.95 POC again, but I just don't like it for the amount of times it's kind of had rejections, clear rejections there. It's building liquidity above and they're going to squeeze it. So 153 zone is probably the next. 153 to 156 would be the next, I would say better zone, rather than looking kind of back at the POC, because obviously you risk the liquidity above here getting swept and you're getting taken out with the liquidity. So yeah, 132 or 153 is basically where I'm looking on Solana. But most part things are looking okay. Most things are in okay uptrends for now. Nothing to fret about just yet as to if this is just going to totally reverse and everything's going to puke again. I wanted to look at XRP because someone did ask me. Quickly, XRP has been squeezing because of the ETF. For those that aren't aware, the ETF on XRP has done more volume than the Bitcoin ETFs over the last, I don't know, few days, something like that. Don't quote me on it, but I've just kind of in passing on X and kind of doom scrolling, I've just seen yeah, still have this zone on XRP. Daily money flow is still red. Weekly money flow I think just crossed red. But also as well, bear in mind that XRP had this huge run, right? Like obviously when the court case finished, it literally went from like somewhere between 30 to 50 cents to $3, right? So it did a 6x in them. What was this, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? After all the court case malarkey, SEC kind of got quashed. So it's had its run. And it pretty much the same as Bitcoin did a 16. Yeah, Bitcoin did about an 8x. If you hit the Pico low and you sold the Pico top on spot, you did almost an 8x on Bitcoin, or maybe just a bit more. But like XRP, you bought it 30 cents, you sold it $3, or you bought it 30 cents 5 years ago and held through all of the malarkey that they had with the court cases and stuff. You sold it $3, 10x. Take it. So it's far, from a price action perspective, it's far outweighed kind of Bitcoin's price action in the real sense. So, or for me, so it's not that it's not unlikely. I'm trying to think of the words now. It's no surprise that it sold off aggressively after doing a 10x. Like, surely people are going to take profit, right? So, yeah, but the weekly money flow is the concern now. So it's in a concerted downtrend with weekly money flow in red. Unless this fakes out and flips green, it's going to be tough. So zones I'm watching on an XRP for anyone looking at it, because of it's had interest and it's had lots of eyes on it lately. I think there's been people on CNBC saying it's the best asset, blah blah. You know how they go. They're shilling shilling coins and crypto things on mainstream media channels in America, mainstream economic channels like CNBC or whatever you call it. Squawk box. Yeah, so I have a level kind of, I was looking at this yesterday, but yeah, kind of everything's converging to kind of 213 to 218 at this point, which is still a lot. because it's 224. What's that? 3% down. Fuck. Find the right tool, Darren. Yeah, still about a 5% drop to there. Daily candle looks like do. I presume it's just a doji. It's not necessarily a bad one because it's not a stopping volume. The close is still below 50% of the candle, so it's a stopping volume, more a star doji. Not the best. Not the best case here for XRP, XRPizzle. So yeah. Zones to watch on XRP. Obviously, this zone here that I have marked out, kind of 213 to 218. If I click the right fucking button, or otherwise here, if not around $2, call it $2 psychological level, or 213 to 218 as a kind of the next bounce zone to continue the trend higher. And also as well, why did Darren pull the why did I pull the Fibonacci wrong with that? Should have done off the daily because of daily low to daily high. So yeah, 213 to 218 basically is kind of levels to watch on XRP. And if we are looking at the higher time, it's already, I don't know, I can see it without seeing it. It's rejected probably a 786 off this. Bazinga. Altcoins love 786 rejections. Bitcoin loves 618s or local golden pockets. Yeah, when you're using fibs kind of almost every day, you get used to kind of just noticing how it wouldn't have rejected just a random level, right? Although you can call Fibonacci's, yeah, you can call them random levels in a sense, although they're not. But fuck, I don't see any levels above us. I think 250 is kind of what this daily naked point controls out in the air here somewhere. Daily supply, 4 hour order block basically. So 250, if it just reverses from here, yeah, like 250 is kind of your next. There's a 4 hour supply or 4 hour order block up here. Where are the EMAs quickly? Above the 4 hour, above the daily. Yeah, it lines up at the top of the cloud on the weekly. And the weekly 50 is rolling over now below it. So those are the locals. At this point, I can turn the EMAs off. Right. Give me a minute. Someone was asking about Kiyotaka. I do have a session mix. I don't know if you're in Frankie Candles Premium or if you saw the previous video I did on Kiyotaka with just the the order book imbalance. So now what I do is I use the order book imbalance in Kiyotaka, in Market Monkey Terminal. But you can use it for similar. Let me just try and see if I can. Hi, Alexandra. Morning. Display capture. Give me a minute. Let me just log into Kiyotaka. I had other videos planned because I actually have other templates. Does it sign me in? Oh, come on. Sorry, I'm just trying to sign into Kiyotaka at this moment. Just give me a few minutes. Let me just see if I can actually access the account. But yeah, like for the most part, I do the. What the fuck? Sorry, guys. This is probably going to be. Prediction markets there. Yo, I've had 10 referrals. Sweet. To determine. Oh, they've got terminal execution. Don't worry about that. What the fuck? Oh, this is on the CVD. Oh, sorry. I think I can fade back to you now. Oh, it would help if I turn the screen back on, wouldn't it? Fucking boomer problems, innit? Yeah, that's just CVDs. So this is the CVD template that I had. I think it was this one I created for the, oh, sorry, small flashbang. Why has this got nothing on it? This is the unnamed one. Fuck. Look for the right template. Sorry, guys. But yeah, there's not really much else to. I can quickly. Was it Sashimix? Is there anything in particular you want me to look at in regards to Kiyotaka? Because, like with all of this, I get all the information of Market Maker Terminal, which is exactly the same thing, basically. But if there's kind of, I need to, if you want me to do a full order flow kind of tutorial based on Kiyotaka as well, I can do that. Obviously, I'm at this point as well because I use Market Terminal a lot more now, and kind of that's my order flow suite of choice. I kind of will focus more on those type of tutorials. But if there's something in here that you need me to explain, then yeah, I can. But for now, yeah, you can see order book depth. This is Coinbase. So this is the deltas of, so that's the perps. The top one's the perps. The middle one, that's the spot. That's spot Coinbase. That's spot Binance. This is spot Coinbase. And it pretty much shows exactly the same side by side. I wonder if this, oh, I can't do a split view on this one. Let me just close some tabs here before my CPU doesn't want to work anymore. It basically shows exactly what this is, right? But I've got it in a split view rather than kind of below each other. And I think Kiyotaka. Yeah, you can do split views. You can do split views in Kiyotaka if you wanted to. Not too sure how to set it all up, and it might take me a while. But Sashimix as well. If we finish here and there's comments, just put in the comments what kind of you want me to do and explain, and I can kind of maybe do a subsequent video, more of a tutorial, or but yeah, Kiyotaka, Market Terminal, they can be used for like TradingView essentially if you wanted to use them. But the thing is, obviously, TradingView is the industry standard at this point for charting. So yes, obviously, Market Terminal, you have to pay for kind of the additional features. It does have a free feature, and currently at the moment, Kiyotaka, I think, is free for everything. So you just kind of got to choose what you want to use. But if there's anything you need me to explain, because there's most of the order flow software is all similar, right? It doesn't have to. They're like same, if you call it that. So if I can explain something in Market Terminal, I can literally explain it the same thing in Kiyotaka. If it was extra charts, I'd explain it. Same thing with extra charts, or Trading Light, or ATAS, or kind of whatever order flow software you use, right? There is a new one. I can't remember what it's called. People were. It's a new one. Something called XY. That's a website .xyz. But same thing. There's a lot of these coming up now, currently. So you just got to kind of pick your poison and pick what you want to use and what you want to choose. But yeah, we are getting into 1 o'clock, and other creators are going to be live, and I need to get lunch because I'm hangry. But if there are no other questions or anything like that, I will see you guys in Alexo's live, or kind of the other lives, Pipe Academy a bit later as well, the morning market report. And yeah, you'll probably see me in more than one live today, kind of in the chats. Any questions? I'll give it a few minutes, play some music. I can feed back in if there's anything. Got a few minutes before we kind of have to fade out. guess everyone's quiet. So yeah, I think that's about it for today, guys. Like, also sashimi, just to kind of confirm again, if you need me to do any videos, anything like that on Kiyotaka, yeah, comments, and I can get some stuff done. But yeah, focusing obviously on other tutorial content for now, but obviously I can put it on the back burner or kind of get it out within the next few weeks for you. But yeah, that being said, that is kind of everything for today. For the updates, go back, scroll back if you need the levels. I looked at Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, and XRP for the most part, so gives us a bit of idea as to what might happen this afternoon. We do have news between 1 and 3 p.m. my time, so 8:30 and 10 a.m. EST. And yeah, that is me for today. I'll see you guys in the other streams in a bit. Take care.